Hey guys, it's Kim from Honey Trail Farm, and I am in my flower field today because I need to cut so many flowers. And the depressing thing is that we're in the final countdown, you guys. There's only so many weeks left, but everything is still looking beautiful and magical. This is the longest, thanks to me remembering to succession sow, that I've had beautiful flowers. So I've definitely had flowers until the frost, but they were pretty crusty, you know, by the end of the season because I planted them in May, and then they skittered through all the way through summer. But I am already depressed thinking about when everything out here that's beautiful and colorful is brown and dead. But enough about that. I've got so many flowers to cut, so let's get to it. We are in dahlia heaven. I've got around 1,300 tubers in the ground here, and when I tell you it's magical, like, I'm not kidding. Like, it's magical. This is prime dahlia season. Like, the peak of dahlias are really in September. When the nights are cool and the days are warm, dahlias thrive in this weather. And I haven't cut very many in the last week or two, and so there are just blooms upon blooms upon blooms, and I need to remind myself to take lots of pictures to help me get through the dark ages of winter. As I take you through the field, you'll notice that there are tons of dried up heads, so I will deadhead my flowers all summer long until about September. I will stop deadheading them, and I will just let them dry up on the plant in hopes that they will set some seed. Doubles, which is mostly what I have, are super thick petaled dahlias because duh, they're the most beautiful. But they're also the hardest to save seed of because the pollinators can't get in the centers to pollinate the seeds. But I have high hopes of breeding a magical dahlia, and the only way to get that is through seed saving, which I do tons of and I love here on the farm. So if you see a bunch of crusty flowers, it's just because I am trying to save the seeds of those so we can have even more magic next year. The queen. I just love a cafe, you know? Is this not just beautiful? I always try to smell these, and they don't smell like anything. They look like they would smell delicious, but they don't. I love, personally, when a cafe will throw like an umbrella type flower, because you can stick it in the center of your bouquet and then you can see it from the top, and I think that it's so cute because normally, you know, they face the front, but once in a while you get an umbrella that you can stick in the top of an arrangement. Like, isn't this just the happiest little ray of sunshine? I love these. One bucket down of beauties. This is a new one to me this year, and I love her. First of all, the petal formation. The petal count is magnificent. The shape, the style. I think this is called an informal decorative. Don't quote me. I'm not a real dahlia person. I just like to collect things, and dahlias happen to be one of the things I like to collect. But I love her. Can't wait to propagate so many more for next season because she is beautiful. Ooh, slightly scented, which is a perk. And this is my favorite color. I wish, like, this is one stem. Look at these. Not really great if you are like a floral designer, or could be a perk. But there's 3 heads on this thing. Soon to be 4 if I would have let this one open. But I wish I could get married. I just realized my head's not in it, but you're not really watching me, are you? You're watching the flowers. I wish I could get remarried so that I could do my own wedding flowers and just have magical dahlias. Should I get remarried just to do that? I think I should. Like, here's another one with 2 heads. Still beautiful on the front, kind of old on the back, but nobody's gonna look there, and it's beautiful. Ooh, this head is like half and half, you see it? It's got a little bug damage. Bugs actually are what make your flowers. If like you go out and you have a dahlia who only have like half of her petals open, it's bug damage, FYI, but it's kind of half and half colored, and that's pretty cool. Once in a while, a cafe au lait will throw a dahlia with all these curly centers, and if they could do it every time, wouldn't that be amazing? I'm trying to get the best lighting for this curly girl. These are my absolute favorite. I lie, I'll walk around and say 16 different dahlias are my favorite, but like right now, for the next 5 minutes, this one, favorite. Look at it. It's so ooh, it smells really good. I might keep this one for me. Put it on my table. I grow thousands of flowers. You can see all of them behind me. Never have any on my table. I always mean to, especially now that there's only like maybe 4 or 5 weeks left of the season. I need to make it a point to put flowers in every single room of my house before it's too late and they're all gone and I'm sad. Like, here's a classic example of what happens, and I think that I read that a tarnish plant bug does this, but see how there's petals missing here? So when it was in bud form, a little buggy crawled in there and damaged it, and now it doesn't have any petals on that part. So that's unfortunate, but I am organic all around here. My food and my flowers. I don't spray jack diddly squat on anything. I just plant extra to account for crop loss, you know. Here's another swirly one. My favorite. It's coming inside with me and not going to the farmer's market because it's so beautiful. Bucket number 2 is completed. We've got cafe in here, bracken palomino. I think this one's brown sugar. You won't be able to see it because it's in a shadow. And some Jowie Winnie, but I'll show you that more in a minute when I get a new bucket. Okay, here's another handful of goodies going into the bucket. This is pink salvia. I love how happy and cheery and beautiful, but something weird is happening and I'm not 100% sure why. Something weird is happening. So once in a while it'll throw up like the whole tuber is all single petals, and I don't know if I had mislabeled, but it's this pink, it's this color, but it's all singles, and I don't know what happened, but I'm gonna make a note to not save those tubers or to label them differently, like pink salvia but single, and see if it happens again next year. I'm so confused. This is Linda's baby. She's beautiful, but she's getting open centers this later in the season, which is fine. It's still cute. And yeah, gonna get some more. Another bucket of beautiful. I've got pink salvia. Is this pretty pinky, hot pink, Barbie pink, Jowie Winnie. We love her. We love the petals. Let me move you so you can see. I mean, just look how dense this is. This is magical. What else we got? I already showed you Linda's baby. So this is a pinky bucket, and it's beautiful. Bucket number 4, which is, I only got one more bucket left before I have to go get more. And we've got Castle Drive, this beautiful queen, another cafe, This one is really cute and fun and not in my color range usually. It's pink and yellow, but I like the petal shape. It's called Colorado Classic. Here's a bigger one of it. Cornell Bronze, I recommend everyone gets that one. It cranks out the blooms. The petals are beautiful, and it makes a bunch of really good tubers that like stay really plump all season. They don't get all mushy. But yeah. Okay, I'm back after I had a little snack, and look at my new knockoff cup. I had to get it because it's cow print. And it's beautiful, and I have the crispiest water in here. And I'm really trying to drink more water, but I don't really need to tell you why in this flower video, so I won't. This one is a new one for me this year, and I just want to show you, these are all the same variety that I'm about to show you, and they're all so different. So here's number one, very pale on the outer edge and gets pink with a slight yellow on the inside. And then this one, which is like hot colors, it's yellow, cream, and dark in the center. And then an even different variation, oop, you're in the shadow, of this beauty. They are all the same flower variety, which is one of the reasons why I love dahlias, because as the season goes on, they morph into something else. Their colors can completely change, but this variety is called Miss Amara, and I liked it because of the petal formation, really. So I'm excited. She's late to the party. I've cut like maybe 2 this whole season, so I'm hoping, given better circumstances, because it was just a tiny, I bought rooted cuttings, but they were like literally 3 inches tall. So it took her a long time to show up. So I'm hoping next year, when I start from actual tubers, I will get some sooner, but she is pretty. This is a very dangerous area to be walking in right now because bumblebees are everywhere, but this is my celosia patch. So I love celosia, is one of my favorite flowers. Super easy to save the seeds of, which I love. So many varieties of shapes and sizes. You can see back there just how many there are, and I'm just gonna go ahead and cut some. And then I will come back and talk to you about the kinds that I have growing here. So I like to grow all different kinds of celosia. These I originally got from Floret, and I can't remember the variety anymore because they're all mixed together. And then I like these like brainy types, are really fun. A lot of this, like there's thousands in here. A lot of it I grew to dry because celosia dries really well and really vivid, and it holds its color for the most part when you dry it. So I will be doing a video about all the flowers that I'm harvesting to dry for wreaths and things in the near future. So if you're into that, keep your eye out. But yeah, this is a variegated variety that I got from Baker Creek, and it is so fun. I will never not grow it. So you can see this one's super variegated. So they can be kind of half and half like this, or even just this like mottled. Now I don't love the yellow, but when it's got the yellow and the pink together, it's so beautiful. And the brainy varieties are my favorite. Like, I just feel like this looks like it belongs in the ocean, does it not? Like this is actual coral. It's what I feel like it looks like. And it's so beautiful, and I've got so much of it that I want to hoard it. I love the hot pink ones. Like this was in the variegated patch, and it's obviously just a variation that had no variegation, but it's still so pretty. I've got a beautiful bucket of celosia of all shapes and colors. And I've got just a couple more things to pick, and then I'll be all done. And then one of my favorite fillers, especially for the fall when you need that pop of dark color, you can see it behind me, is opal basil. And I have been cutting on this all season long, and it's so pretty. It's like so dark and dramatic and scented, and I love it. So I'm gonna pick a bunch of this to put in this bucket. So I will literally cut, because I have plenty and the season's almost over anyway. So I cut it like dang near all the way down to the ground for that nice long stem length. But also like all of these little branching bits, especially at the bottom of the plant, like that's plenty long to stick in a mason jar arrangement. And so I will snap all these off all the way up the plant. I find personally that this kind of basil doesn't really wilt as bad as some of the other varieties that I have tried before. And also, if you wait until the basil is flowering, it's much less likely to wilt because the stems have toughened up a little bit. I just turned that one stem into like tons of stems, and then this one is huge, and I can cut it down later as I need it. Actually, I might go one more set up the plant. I do most of my market bouquets in mason jar arrangements in like pint size. I just feel like that's what works for the market that we're in. People aren't looking to spend, you know, $20, $30 on a market bouquet. They want to spend like 10. So long stems aren't really a necessity for me. So I can afford to have shorter stems in my bouquet. Okay, how beautiful is this bucket of goods? Okay, I brought one more bucket, which will make 5, 10, 12 buckets of flowers. And I think that's just gonna have to be good enough because I'm running out of time. Behind me, we have one of my very favorite fillers because prior to growing it, I had never seen this before, and it's certainly not in any florist bouquet that you're gonna get. It is called, it's appropriately nicknamed bee balm because I'm not sure if you'll be able to see behind me, but so many bumblebees love this flower, and I just think that it looks so what's the word I'm looking for? Dr. Seuss? Like, doesn't this look like something that would be there? It's very dangerous harvesting this in the middle of the day when all the bumblebees are out. But I think I took a video the other day, but I came out here like right before sunset, and bees were like sleeping in this bee balm, and it was so cute. If I can find the video, I'll insert it here. But there is a trick to harvest this. So it wilts super easy if it's not in the right stage. So you want all 3 or 4 levels, however many it's going to have, to be colored. At first it's going to come on and it's going to look like this, kind of like the green with the slight purple, you want it to be purple. That's when it will hold in your vase. I love to look at zinnias. I hate harvesting them. In fact, I've put it off, and these are the first zinnias I've harvested all day, and I grow so many dahlias that I don't really need these. They're a pain. I hate stripping them is the thing, because there's so many branchy parts of zinnia. Other than that, they're beautiful, and I grew these for fall specifically. So I will cut a few, but in the future, I say that now. In the future, I don't know how many I'll grow. I'm always gonna grow them. And I like to look at them in the landscape more than I like to cut them for flowers. Very fall, right? Okay, I lied. I did cut zinnias because I was walking past them, especially the little cutie Oklahoma ones. They go in every bouquet, and they're just so fluffy and so pretty. Alright, but it's literally like six hours after I started, maybe more. So I think it's time to round her up. You can see behind me the fruits of my labor. I picked 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 buckets of flowers today in hopes that the market is busy tomorrow. That's the bad part about the market. You could put all this time and effort into something, and then like people have things to do that weekend and it all goes to waste. But there's only so many weeks left of flowers, so I'm hoping that people are excited about that. One last thing, I think that I'm gonna pick through this and make myself an arrangement, so I'll be right back. Come on. I'm trying to just pick the weird or like kind of a little crusty looking ones and save all the good ones for the paying customers, but I did take the 2 swirly ones because they bring me that much joy. When they have those swirls in the center, they're my favorite. But I think I'm just gonna cut it. Okay. It has no rhyme and no reason, but it doesn't really have to when the flowers you grow are this beautiful. They don't really all have to go together. But I've got a jar I'm gonna stuff these into. And then I brought out this cute picture that some child tied a pipe cleaner to, and I cannot get it off, so it's just gonna live there for now. This is so cute, isn't it? I love it. Why haven't I been doing this every week? Why do I have to wait until there's 3 weeks of the summer left to have cute flowers in this? I don't know. But I think this is where I'm going to end it for the day. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time.